What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another show, one of the dopest shows on YouTube where we talk about everything under the sun as long as we get back to the money, real conversations and real solutions. I'm your host, Courtnee Edgar. Yo, what's the word? What's the word, man? Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. We are halfway through the week. I hope y'all week is going phenomenal. Listen, we got some topics to cover today, but before we get there, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure you hit the bell notification, and don't forget to tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description, and I will be pinning that in the comments as well. And also, for my people who may be watching this on the replay, don't forget to hype the video. Don't forget to show your love and share your love. And also to all my uploaded videos, make sure y'all go hype those videos up as well, so that way we can continue to keep pushing this content out. All right. Now, I want to make something very clear before we get started. I want to make something very clear. I don't want y'all to I don't come off as I know everything, right? I don't want to come off as if I am an expert in the things that I talk about, especially when we get into business and when we get into the thick of things in regards to talking about things that's going on in society. But my thing is, I am growing and I am building this thing in real time. I am building a business in real time. So the things that I am learning with you guys in real time, as well as sharing the information and the knowledge that I do have and the things that I am learning as well. So I just want to put that information out there. All right. Also, if you want to support the platform, make sure you tap into the membership, 99 cents, or if you just want to show your love to the platform, always, you're always welcome to tap into the super chats as well. Not begging for it, but if that's something that if you feel as if I'm bringing you some sort of value, hey, always show your love. I'm always appreciative. All right. So with that being said, man, I want to go ahead and get into the first topic of today. So there's a woman who says that she blames the Connecticut school system, saying that she can't read or write. So I want to analyze this, and then we're going to give our thoughts and our opinions. So let's go ahead and rock out.
Ortiz is 19 years old, and she can't read or write.
Do you know what this word is? No.
She graduated from Hartford Public High School and was accepted to UConn, but she says the system failed her.
The school system that I grew up in really took my childhood and my teenager years.
When Alicia moved to Connecticut from Puerto Rico for first grade, she says she was already diagnosed with ADHD and had learning difficulties. She was put in a special education program, but now alleges in a new lawsuit that Hartford Public Schools didn't give her the resources she needed.
And I was ignored. I'm a human being.
According to the suit, in sixth grade, evaluations showed her reading at a, quote, kindergarten or first grade level. And in high school, more testing revealed, quote, major deficiencies. Alicia says she pushed for more tests and support, as she had through the years, and now specifically for dyslexia, but claims not enough was done. Before graduation, she tested again with, quote, severe and very low scores, according to the suit.
I was floored. I don't really ever see scores that low.
Hold on. So you're telling me that you were born in the United States of America. You were born here. And of course, like everybody else, they always say that everybody always feels as if they are diagnosed with something. But she says she got a diagnosis that she has ADHD or dyslexia, right? And you're reading at a kindergarten level. And you had a scholarship to UConn, but you had very low scores? Let me go back. Maybe I missed something. Hold on.
High school and was accepted to UConn, but she says the system failed.
You were accepted. How were you accepted to UConn when you're reading at a kindergarten level? Somebody who has full-on information and understanding better than I do, help me to understand. How is it that you are able to get an acceptance from UConn with your scoring levels? You are reading at a kindergarten level. How does that work? Aren't you supposed to take a placement exam? The SATs, ACTs, aren't you supposed to take that in order to even be considered especially if you weren't playing sports. So how is it that you get accepted into UConn? And you've been living in the United States for all of your life, for your 19 years, and you can't read or write, and we're blaming the school system? Listen, at some point, yes, the school system has to have some sort of accountability, but I also want to blame the parents too. How are you allowing your child to move on in life without learning how to read or write in English when you are born here? Now, it was different if you came over here at the age of 15 and then it's a little bit harder, but you were born here. And you went to public schools. You went to schools where everything is predominantly English. How that work? Somebody give me some insight. Somebody give me some insight because I don't understand.
The school system that I grew up in really took my childhood and my teenager years.
When Alicia moved to Connecticut from Puerto Rico for first grade, she says she was already diagnosed with ADHD.
Okay, so she wasn't born here. She moved here from Puerto Rico at a very young age. Still young enough to the point where she can adapt.
ADHD and had learning difficulties. She was put in a special education program, but now alleges in a new lawsuit that Hartford Public Schools didn't give her the resources she needed.
And I was ignored. You know, I'm a human being.
According to the suit, in sixth grade, evaluations showed her reading at a, quote, kindergarten or first grade level. And in high school, more testing revealed, quote, major deficiencies. Alicia says she pushed for more tests and support as she had through the years, and now specifically for dyslexia, but claims not enough was done. Before graduation, she tested again with, quote, severe and very low scores, according to the suit.
I was floored. I don't really ever see scores that low. She's made no growth basically since preschool. So the testing's been very consistent. She is profoundly dyslexic.
Alicia sought out Courtnee Spencer, an educational attorney, to advocate on her behalf.
She called in, she explained she was about to graduate. She can't read or write. And
well, hold up though. How are you about to graduate? So that's a part of that leave no child behind. That's what that is. That's that leave no child behind. At this point, I think they need to revisit that. Some people do need to get left behind. They need to create a specific school for those people, for those kids who are challenged, who are having a hard time. Put them in a specific school. Now, I'm not saying special ed or special education because I don't believe all these people talking about their dyslexia and ADHD and all that. Listen, y'all self-diagnosing yourselves. I don't believe it. I think a lot of y'all just aren't applying yourselves. You just aren't reading like you're supposed to. Your parents aren't putting that belt on you like they're supposed to. They aren't making you read it right, do your homework. They're not making you do these things. So I'm not going for that. I'm not going for that. But I think that's what this is. No child left behind, because you're about to graduate and you telling me you can't read or write? And you're reading at now mind you, most people read at a third grade level, which is still bad in itself. However, first grade, kindergarten, nah, G.
could I help her learn to read?
People who are dyslexic can learn to read with the proper guidance and resources. My own son, Azar, is dyslexic, and I too had to navigate a different public school system to get him help. But it can take time, money, constant pushing of administrators, even a private neurological assessment, and dedicated teachers. He can read at his grade level now. But Alicia says she fell through the cracks. Her mother does not speak English. And Alicia tells us she visited the school repeatedly, urging staff to address her daughter's needs, to no avail. We were unable to speak directly with Alicia's mom. So are Alicia's struggles a singular case or part of a broader problem? Hartford Public High School is 71% Hispanic. Connecticut spends a lot on special ed compared to other states. But just last year, the Board of Education approved budget cuts to the district. And Spencer says those cuts hit special ed students hard.
Certainly, if you're poor and you don't speak English, it's impossible.
Nationally, only 30% of 8th graders are reading at a proficient level, according to government testing. Alicia's lawsuit takes on the Hartford Board of Ed, the city, and one of her special education teachers claiming negligence. Also alleging the defendants, quote, failed to take any effective action to protect and or save her, the plaintiff, from the ongoing bullying, harassment, and or neglect. The city and district saying they wouldn't comment on pending litigation, but the district also telling us, quote, we remain deeply committed to meeting the full range of needs our students bring with them when they enter our schools and helping them reach their full potential.
What up, Carrie?
The special ed teacher named in the suit didn't respond to a request for comment. Alicia says she attempted suicide twice, the last time just weeks before we met.
No. Here's the thing. Don't be so quick to give up on yourself. You've made it 19 years. You made it through all the bullying in life as a kid. No. Life is hard. Things happen. Life can be very unfair. But that does not mean you go and give up on yourself and you go and unload and up the blicky on yourself. Absolutely not. Do not do that. Stay on the path. Stay on the course. Continue to be resourceful. Find the information that you need. Do what you got. Listen, you got the news talking about it. At some point, something's gonna give. But you aren't the only one going through something. You aren't the only child that's having hard time reading. You aren't the only one that's going through difficult times. Everybody is, and I get it. Everybody believes everybody's the main character in the world. But there's no reason to unalive yourself. There's no reason. You just may have to take alternative measures in order to figure some things out. They have plenty of apps. There's plenty other things that you can. There's plenty of things and plenty of people that you can contact and things that you can get in order to help you become more efficient. There's people out here willing to help you, and a lot of times, yeah, it may not. Find a different way to add some value to them, and they're willing to help you out. There are some people out here who are willing to help you out. If you really want the help, and you want the guidance, there'll be somebody to help.
Do you know now it's not your fault?
I'm trying to understand that now. But when you spend your whole life believing that you're stupid and that your voice don't matter, it's very hard to acknowledge that, to feel proud of yourself.
But against all odds, Alicia kept learning. In school, she would record all of her lessons, then take them home and give audio responses with the help of her computer. She used her phone when reading.
You feel me? Like, that's what I'm saying. You have alternative measures, baby girl. You have alternative measures. You better start using AI, use ChatGPT, use everything that you possibly can to help you learn to read and write. Self-teach yourself. If you can't get the funds, guess what? You still can find, there's still a way for you to make things happen for yourself. You can't pity yourself, because nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna care more about you than you. Nobody's gonna care more about you than you. So therefore, you have to take matters into your own hands and get things done. And listen, I applaud you for doing what you're doing. You're taking those measures to actually teach yourself how to read and teach yourself how to learn different words, and so that way you can improve.
It's green and tangy.
Wow. It added hours to her home and schoolwork every day.
I'm sure.
She says she completed her college application with the help of technology as well. UConn didn't respond to our request for comment.
People are not going to hear me, if I'm crying and complaining. I got to do something about it.
Facts.
That's why you stuck it out.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why. Though that's where strength comes in. That's where that strong mind comes in. So listen, man, I'm not finna give up on myself like that, because everybody else has given up on me. So I'm not gonna give up on me, because nobody cares more about me than me.
That's what I did, and I put the work in, and that's how my grades started reflecting everything, and I got people to notice.
Alicia hopes by filing this suit, no other child will have to suffer, so they can reach their full potential, like Alicia.
I don't know what that's gonna do with as far as the government. As far as government spending, shorty, I don't know what that's going to do for you. Yeah, it may help you out. It may bring a little bit more visibility, but I don't think much is going to change, to be honest with you.
And by the way, we're going to keep you updated on this story and the lawsuit and Alicia's progress. Sitting down with her in person, I literally could tell she has this incredible potential. Another goal that she has from filing this suit is empowering others who might be scared, too scared.
Because shoot, let's be honest. Most grown-ups and adults can't even read. Some people can't even read for real. You be having people in my comments and chat, they can't even write a proper sentence. They can't even type properly. They don't even know the proper punctuations. So it's okay. It is okay. Listen, you got a whole lot of adult life to live. Continue to keep learning. Continue to keep working on yourself, improving. And I'm telling you, you'll be fine. She'll be 110% fine, man. 110% fine. Shout out to her. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Right on, right on, right on. All right, so I want to get into this next. I want to get into this next topic really quick. I want to get into this next one really quick. So there's this woman. Well, am I scamming? And shorty came in $3,000 cash, a Coach purse, an Audi, and an EBT card. Then she got caught. Stealing. So we're gonna dive into this. We're gonna look at this analysis. We're gonna analyze it and see what's going on with this topic. Then we're gonna give our thoughts and our opinions. So let's go ahead and rock out.
That's just mine. Medication that I keep in there.
What type of medication?
It's just for my back, from my genital career.
Do you have a prescription? Is it a controlled substance?
I have a prescription. No, I don't have. I just take it out.
Oh, she looked like a scammer.
Do you have the prescription bottle on you?
No, I keep all 100 of them with me.
Let's figure out what that is, because that's probably going to be another charge for a controlled
How?
substance.
I have a.
Because you got half a pill in a little container, ma'am.
Yep.
All right. So you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say may be used as evidence against you. At any time you wish to stop talking or have an attorney present, all questioning will be stopped at your request. Do you understand these rights?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know why we stopped you?
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea? You know, well, we've been sitting here for like the last 45 minutes watching you through aisles, looking around in spots you didn't think there was cameras, and taking stuff off shelves and putting it in your bag. That's why we stopped you.
On September 3rd, 2025, Flagler County, Florida, a 45-minute retail surveillance ended in a misdemeanor arrest. $219 in cosmetics, a purse with nearly $3,000 in cash, a crushed pill with no bottle. The real issue is what the subject's own words cost her.
Yeah, we could grab it for you. You can have a seat with us. Appreciate it. And is it just inside of your purse right here?
Yeah.
All right. This? I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your name? Shakularia? Okay.
Shaka who? Shaka what now? What up, Soft Rain? What's good with your mamas? How you doing, baby girl?
I'm sorry, how do you pronounce your name?
Who?
Shakularia?
Shakularia? Hey, dog. Listen, that's a hell of a name. That's a hell of a name. Shakularia? Shakularia. We all know that's a combination of her dad's name and her mama name. We all know that for sure. Mama name probably somebody named either Shaquille. Can't be Shaquille. Probably. Might be Shaquille. Shakularia. Listen, you put that name on the application, you for sure know she black. 1000%. There's no hiding it. There's no way around it. There's no guessing. I will put my bottom dollar on it and be like, oh yeah, she for sure black. And you can damn near tell that. You can tell that, like, yeah, she probably a dark skinned woman too. For sure. For Shockwalaria, 100%.
Okay. I'm gonna run her on teletype. Echo 226 Flagler. Oh, teletype, sorry. I'm on teletype. My name is Deputy Liptak from the Flagler County Sheriff's Office. I want to talk to you, but I got to read you something. It's because of Florida state statutes, all right? So you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say may be used as evidence against you. At any time you wish to stop talking or have an attorney present, all questioning will be stopped at your request. Do you understand these rights? Okay. Do you know why we stopped you? You have no idea? You know there's cameras all over the store? Okay. So I'm going to ask you that again. Do you know why we stopped you? Okay. Is there any cosmetics in your bag that I'm going to find right now when I go through it?
I mean, I have plenty of cosmetics.
But anything that is from Target that wasn't purchased and concealed and placed in your bag before
She must be a
past
stripper.
all points of sales?
I have a lot of cosmetics.
Okay. Well, we've been sitting here for like the last 45 minutes watching you through aisles, looking around in spots you didn't think there was cameras, and taking stuff off shelves and putting it in your bag.
She either a stripper or a streetwalker. Because it's 5:24 p.m. on September 3rd. So where could you possibly be going with them heels on? Typically speaking, the ones who be wearing them type of clear bottom heels, either streetwalkers or what they like to call it, nighttime ballerinas.
When you went to go check out and you never took anything out or tried to pay for it. I'm just trying to be like real with you and figure out if something's going on financially, if there's a reason why. You know, honesty goes a very long way with us. Nothing? Do you want to talk about it? No? Okay. That's fine. All right, let's go through her bag, all the stuff that is from Target. I'm gonna have you just stand up while we're here. Just put your hands behind your back, all right? Appreciate it. You can put your hands like you're praying. No, you'll be a little bit
like that. She be wearing that.
Comfortable, all right?
Nah, I don't think she a beautician.
And now we're just gonna go through all this stuff.
Is she stealing? Nah, she can't be a beautician. Everything just aligned with she a night walker or she a nighttime ballerina.
Now you're detained, okay? I know you don't want to talk anymore, so that's fine. You have that right. And we'll let you know what goes on from there. Okay? Do you have a car? Did you come here in a car? Yeah. Is your car still parked outside?
Yeah, I can have my outside come and get it.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to go ahead and have a seat for me right there, I appreciate it. All right? So they're going to get us
yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
I saw you grab all this stuff and put it in your bag.
That's a fact.
So I'm pretty sure they want to press charges, so you're going to go to jail. We just need to figure out the total value of how much everything costs, okay?
Do you have any questions or want to say anything? You want to say anything?
No, I just need to call my fiance.
Real life PJ, what's the
When
word?
you get to the jail, you'll be able to make a phone call there.
Only reason why I say that is because my kids and then my car is out.
Your kids are in the car?
Hell no.
Okay.
Come on now. No, my kids are not in the car.
How old are your kids? How old are your kids?
15. And
you got kids?
Okay. Do you live local? Have you
so I
ever
just need to call him just to let him know so he ain't thinking like.
I got you.
That's the only reason I want to call him.
We could do that for you.
Beyonce.
Have you ever been arrested for shoplifting?
No.
Fiance. Hold on, man. We got to mind this out for a second. Hold on. What you mean? So you got kids that's 15. You got a fiance that what? I don't know, man. I don't know about that fiance. I don't know about that fiance part. I don't know, dog. I don't know. I'm thinking pimp. I'm thinking pimp. But she's just calling him a fiance because, you know, she don't want to seem like she a bottom bitch. or something like that. I don't know, dog. Something ain't adding up for me. This just ain't adding up for me. You got a husband at home, but you still thieving out here in these streets? And you out in these streets looking like that? With a fiance and kids? No, dog. Nope. See, I just seen your show with that batshit crazy woman talk about the birthday child needs. Yeah, man, that junk is wild. I might play it on here too, bro, so everybody can see, because that junk was wild.
Is this your current address?
What is it?
You have yeah. What is your current address?
Shorty, you got $100 bill sitting right there. Why you stealing? It's $100 bill sitting right there. Why you stealing? Hey, fellas, listen to me right quick. This is why you can't be out here getting finessed by these women. A lot of these women be out here talking tough. They be talking like they get into a bag. They talking like they get into some money, like they part of the free agent society. None of that. They lying. A lot of them are lying. They ain't getting to no money. They out here stealing and scamming. They stealing and scamming. Talking about $1,500 maintenance. Oh, you gotta pay me $500 a month or $1,000 every week. You gotta pay my bills. 9 times out of 10, the reason they say that because they can't pay their own bills, so they need somebody to come save them. Need somebody to come save them. And I guarantee she'll be the type of one that be like, no, daddy, let me show you what them pockets. Run me them pockets, shorty. No, I ain't running nothing. You got a whole $100 bill in there. Fouquet says she doing it for the love of the game. Said for the thrill, cause the pill, mentally ill. Hey, it can be all three plus some. That's wild work. That's probably her last.
Lane, what's your phone number?
It might be her last. Look at that. She got 100. That 100 just sitting there. But she got a fiance though. Oh, she's stealing all the makeup products.
Because she's not sure about the gum.
The gum? Okay.
That's mine.
Hey, you about to steal some gum too?
And her receipt for the items she did pay for.
Let me see what we got. So all of that stuff, all of that right there in the pack. Oh, that's gonna run you over 100. That's about to run her over 100 easy. Fellas, don't fall for the okie doke no more, man. When these shorty keep telling you you need to pay, you need to start paying, come out the pocket for them, don't do it. Hell yeah, I see. They're stealing everything. No, she robbed Target. Oh, and she was about to rob the welcome mat too? Hey, man. Okay, I see what was going on. So she was finessing. So she went in. So she was going in there. She was going to buy some random ish. Like, all right, bet I can buy these big things because I can't get away with these for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put these in the basket. But when I go over here to this makeup, you know, I'm just going to dump some of these in the purse. And then, of course, I don't want to look suspicious. So I'm going to go to the line and I'm going to buy the regular stuff with my money. And then I could just walk on up out of there because I got everything in my purse. The thing that I really came here to get was my makeup. So I can walk right up out the door. That's crazy. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? A welcome mat. Hey, listen, if it get down to a point where you got to steal a welcome mat, dog, hey, man, we got bigger issues. We got bigger issues.
She don't everything up in my cart.
There was something you had on the cart.
I got that right
That
here.
was never
Yeah.
Yeah.
She run that up, right?
No, you never put it on the belt.
You got to put it on the belt.
Like she take a lot of sodium in, man. Look at them ankles. Like she got a lot of, like she, you know what I'm saying, pre-diabetic. Look at them ankles, man. The feet kind of fat, ain't it? What's going on, man? The feet look kind of swollen, baby girl. What's going on, man? Even the anklet, man, look like it's kind of tight. What's going on, man?
So you can bring it up.
Got to drain that. Yo, I'm just saying though, B. Look, bro, look how swollen feet look, dog. Listen, she going through something. Look, bro, look how swollen the feet is, dog. She going through something, big dog. Listen. Don't let the face in the upper body fool you, big dog. Look at the ankles. He said, got you blowing up the screen. Listen, I'm scanning the room. I'm scanning everything. Look how, man, her feet about to cut. They coming all out to shoot. Them joints look like, I swear to you, them things look like marshmallows in them shoes. Them things tight. Toe about to pop.
And I'm guessing we're going to trespass you as well, so you can't come back to this target.
So with that, for Target's database, we have to get your photo.
Mm-hmm.
Say, well, the picture. Hold on. Give me a second. I won't let me enlarge her picture. There we go. Hold up. And let me enlarge her picture. But you see them joints? The big toe about to pop off. If she was light-skinned, I'm pretty sure her feet would be red. I'm pretty sure her feet would be red if she was light-skinned. Them joints is out there, boy. Sheesh.
You lower the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Too much sodium. Too much sodium and sugar.
Hey, Taylor.
All right, so we're gonna get the total value. She's already being arrested from whatever the amount is. It just all depends if it's gonna be a felony or a misdemeanor. So if you want to keep going through her bags, make sure there's no illegal narcotics, etc. And then we will probably put this stuff in your car. Let you get that call.
So my fiance can come get my car.
I
don't understand what my car would be seized.
That's what I'm saying. That's a dancer fit. That's what I was saying. That's a dancer fit.
I'm not going to just stand by here with your car keys.
No, you don't have to.
Does he have a spare car key?
No, I can. All my stuff goes with me to jail, so I know that once I get released and he bonds me out, then we can just come get my car.
Oh, this ain't her first time. This ain't her first rodeo. She'd have been locked up before. She too calm. She too calm in this situation right now. She know the procedure. She know what's going on. So I listen, man, I can take my stuff with me, man. Listen, I'll be up out of here in a minute. If this ain't nothing new to me. This ain't her first rodeo.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
The only thing is you may have to call us when you do come here, because if you step foot on target.
No, gang. Look at them hundreds. She definitely a stripper. Look at them hundreds. And you in here stealing? For what?
No, then we can just come get my car.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
The only thing is you may have to call us when.
Fam, She got a Ziploc full of money. Spin that. Spin that. Spin that.
Would you come here? Because if you step foot on Target. Okay. Yeah.
Yo, look at the hundreds. And you stealing. Hey, Fukari, you might be right. She might be doing this for the love of the game. Cause ain't no way. You got a purse full of hundreds in your purse. And you stealing. So you finna go to jail when you could have just used your money to buy. Nah, dog. So that's where the $3,000 in cash came from. A Coach purse, and she driving Audi. Oh, it's a lot of scamming going on. For sure.
I say, because when you are trespassed, you can't come even to the parking lot. So if you are going
that's what I'm saying. Like, I can just take my keys with me.
Yeah.
He can just get my shit.
Oh, the bill got the ones.
Yeah, so what we could do is we could put this stuff in your car.
The ones don't look.
So you can take your keys and stuff with you.
Got more money in there.
What do you do for work?
I'm a wife.
The wife?
You lying.
Must be nice. Yeah.
Trick and trapping. Bruh.
That's just my medication that I keep in here.
What type of medication?
It's just for my back from when I got into a car wreck.
Do you have a prescription? Is it a controlled substance?
I have a prescription.
You selling?
No, I don't have. I just take half something of that.
Okay. Do you have the prescription bottle on you?
No, keep all 100 of them with
Let's
me.
figure out what that is, because that's probably going to be another charge for a controlled substance.
Her fiance. All right, so I'm starting to try to mind this out. So she a stay-at-home wife. She got loads of hundreds in her purse. She got this bedazzled little capsule thing with some drug, with some medication in it. She got this outfit on, but she a stay-at-home mom. Her dude a trapper. Her dude be in the streets. 100%.
Because you got half a pill in a little container, ma'am.
Yeah, because I don't keep 100 and something. I get 112 pills, so I don't.
Okay, but you got to have your prescription bottle on.
I never knew that. Because I have to do them, like, I can't swallow pills.
Yeah, could be laundering fake pills.
Yeah. That. I can't swallow pills.
So you snort it?
No. I just crush it up, and then I just, like a BC powder, swear.
Is this?
No, I don't do drugs. Okay. I promise that's what you don't see no straw in there. I don't do drugs.
Are you a
I don't do nothing. No.
Be careful with this.
And you can test it. It's gonna come back as what I said.
What is it? What is it? Is there any more in your bag?
No. No, I think that's all the stuff that I use.
Well, I mean, in the purse.
I'm tripping. Listen, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm bugging out about this welcome mat. I am bugging out about this welcome mat. That's the most random thing that you can have. You got a welcome mat.
You don't have anything concealed on you? I'm only asking because when you go to the jail, they're gonna do a
look. Them things swollen. Boy, look at them feet. Them things swollen, boy. Hold on, let me blow it up for y'all. Boy, them things is swollen. Sheesh. Good gracious alive. Good God Almighty.
Cavity search. I'm not authorized to, and if you have anything in any female areas, it's a felony.
I don't think she messed with.
You checked in here?
She might be.
No. We'll make sure we count her money in front of her so she knows how much she has.
And then we'll double count it.
Yes. You got all this money, you get EBT?
Mm-hmm.
You got all that money in your bag when you get food stamps?
I used to. It's just old.
Gotcha.
I wish I did.
I wish I did too. I gotta pay for food. It's expensive. I mean,
You gotta be a wife. You gotta pay for that shit.
I don't know if I want to be a wife. Too much stress.
You gotta get the right person.
Nah.
That's what I'm thinking, Soft Rain. That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
You really need to walk. You really need to have your prescription bottle on you.
I never.
Look at it from my
And the only reason why I don't is because I get a lot of bills. I'm gonna be straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot. I get like 112 bills. So me personally,
a month.
So I don't walk around. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna walk around with a whole pill bottle where I want people looking at me all crazy.
Well, what you
that's why I bought like a little cute little thing to put it in because nobody can steal. Nobody knows. That's what I do. Shit up, but you don't see no straw. Like I told you, I don't do that.
Yeah, but
I just have to push it up because they're so big.
I don't know, dog.
Cut in half, but they're big, so they'll get stuck in your throat for real. So that's just how I take them, just like a VC. But if I was to start it, you would definitely see a straw, paraphernalia. I literally just use it like that little top part, and I just put it up. And when I take it, that's just how I take it with water. You know. No, I'll actually prescription. Run my name, you can see that actually.
Well, I don't have
prescription for it.
I don't have access to medical databases. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna charge you with this, and if you're able to prove that you have a prescription, let the state drop it. But based on my training and knowledge, it's a cut-up pill. It's a controlled substance. I can get you the exact scheduling. I have it on my computer, and it's in one of these little things that is typical with somebody who does use narcotics. Like, with that being said, I can't, with my job and my...
Yeah, she might, I don't know, man. She might be out here getting to it, getting buzzed down. That might be her part of her job. None of this ain't looking right to me.
Line of work, I don't take people's words because people lie to me all day, unfortunately. But if you do have a legitimate prescription...
I don't want to get charged on having...
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Probably a perk or something like that. Get her, you know what I'm saying? Get her going when she got to go out there and bust it open. When she got to reach back and spray it real quick. I think that's what's going on. She might be, man. She might be her fiance, which probably who is her pimp. You know what I mean? Because you got about $3,000 cash, but yet you stealing welcome mats. I'm trying to understand it. And then you got none of this. All this shit stinks to hell. Don't none of it look right at all. And listen, that reach back and spray. Listen, she got. You know what I'm talking about, PJ. You know how they be doing. Gotta get that reach back and spray, man.
That shit don't even look right.
It doesn't, but I mean, look at it from my perspective. You have a half a pill concealed in this little.
I know what it looks like.
You know what I'm saying? It don't look.
Skip ahead.
We're gonna put her stuff in her car. I found it in the parking lot, like kind of. I can send you the tag if you want.
Which phone number is it on? Which phone number is the phone on? Husband?
So I'm gonna need that one, and then I'm gonna need Francis. So you see Francis.
So this one that says husband?
And then Francis.
I told her I would write the phone number on that receipt, so when she got to the jail, she has her husband's number.
I took off. What is going on today? I'm just trying to chill.
And you said Francis?
Mm-hmm.
Which one with the dolphin? There's two.
The top one.
Who Francis is?
So you can let them know that your phone numbers that you need are just on that receipt.
I'm going with Pimp, y'all. I'm going with Pimp.
You can just turn right around right here. Right here? Yes.
Starts here. The initial stop was by Target's private loss prevention staff. Under Bordeaux versus McDowell, private individuals are not bound by the Fourth Amendment. Once Deputy Liptak arrived, the purse search fell under Chimmel versus California, affirmed in United States versus Robinson. Full search of the arrestee, no warrant required. The arrest was grounded in probable cause under Illinois versus Gates. 45 minutes of CCTV capturing specific concealment clears that bar. Florida Statute 812.015, subsection 3, paragraph A, sets theft between $100 and $750 as first-degree petty theft. Above that, felony grand theft.
Damn.
Florida Statute 810.09 adds another layer. Once formally trespassed, any return to that target is a separate criminal trespass charge, independent of the original theft.
And I bet that welcome mat took it over to made it a felony, huh? You had your makeup, then you had to get the welcome mat. Boom, felony.
Miranda versus Arizona requires rights advisement before custodial interrogation. Deputy Liptak delivered it correctly. Under Berghaus versus Tompkins, voluntarily talking after Miranda without invoking silence is a waiver. The subject did not invoke. She talked about the pill, the cash, and her prescription. Every statement is potentially admissible. The move is 2 words, attorney, now. On force, under Graham versus Connor, reasonableness is judged from the officer's perspective at the moment. Handcuffs, prayer position, conversational tone, for a misdemeanor with 0 resistance, that is proportionate. Deputy Liptak ran a procedurally competent arrest. Miranda timely, search lawful, cash counted in front of the subject. His only drift is extended casual commentary about her lifestyle during a formal custodial process. Not misconduct, but not tight either. The subject complied physically throughout, but the gap in her legal awareness cost her. She denied knowledge of the stop while an officer held 45 minutes of video, then explained her medication in detail to the arresting deputy. First lesson. Miranda rights are not self-executing. The officer reads them, but silence is only protected when you explicitly invoke it. I am invoking my right to remain silent, and I want an attorney. Second lesson. Carrying prescription medication outside its original labeled bottle creates real criminal exposure under Florida Statute 893.13. The pharmacy record does not protect you in the field. The labeled bottle in your name has to be on you. Third lesson. 45 minutes of CCTV covering repeated specific concealment acts is more than enough probable cause under Illinois versus Gates.
Oh, but yeah, you're right. You probably right. Real life PJ probably gets a quick little slap on the wrist. That's probably why she wasn't tripping as much. She wasn't doing too much tripping. She's like, all right, man, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and call Francis. Go ahead and call my pimp real fast. We'll get this thing squared away, and then I'll be up out of here. I'll be up out of here in no time. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these 2 videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We own it. We own it today. We own it today. All right, so let's go to this next one. This one actually, real life PJ sent me this one. So I want to dive into this manhunt underway for a convicted felon who skipped Chambers County sentencing. So we're going to get into that. We're going to analyze, and then we're going to give our thoughts and our opinions. So let's go ahead and rock out.
I want to give. Back out to our Bryce Newberry. He has an only on 2 update on an urgent manhunt.
Yeah, a convicted violent felon, in fact, who apparently skipped sentencing in Chambers County. There's Bryce right there. He's live in Anahuac with the latest, Bryce.
Yeah, Joel and Lisa, the sheriff here tells me usually when someone's found guilty, they're taken into custody right here at the courthouse and walked right across the street to the jail. That is not what happened in this case. It's now been a week, and federal investigators have had to join this search for a twice convicted felon. There's an urgent search for 33-year-old Jamarcus Robinson, seen here leaving the Chambers County Courthouse after being convicted, now on the run after skipping sentencing. The jury found him guilty.
Yes, within minutes.
Robinson got pulled over on I-10 in 2022. In the car, state troopers found an 18-year-old girl investigators say he was sex trafficking, along with a weapon, not legal for a convicted felon.
Going to trial is the most tedious thing that you can do as a prosecutor.
Prosecutors from Cheryl Leak Henry's office got a jury to convict Robinson August 17th, and despite their objections, Judge Randy McDonald allowed him to go home, telling him to come back to court the next morning for sentencing.
I said, please have the judge call me before he sends him home because this guy's not coming back.
You convict somebody for sex trafficking and you let him go? Sir.
Another one.
Sir, what are you doing? What are you doing? And you tell him that he said, brother, you about to give me 30? And you finna let me go? Oh, best believe I'm up out of here on the first thing smoking. You're not about to find me. But watch. He gonna end up being found somewhere where it's easy to find him. Baby mama crib, somewhere where he typically always at, auntie crib. He's still in the city for sure. And probably hiding in plain sight. We're probably went right back to the hood. Where they gonna find him? Watch. You say he probably in Mexico? Shoot, he might be. If he's smart, he would have got up out of the country. If he's smart, he would have got up out of the country, long gone. Don't come back ever again. Because the minute you step foot back over here, you're done. You're barbecued.
And sure enough, my prediction came true.
The day he was supposed to be in court, investigators tracked him to an apartment complex in Spring, where he allegedly ran away.
He fell, and when he fell, a gun fell out of his waistband and slid across the ground.
Captain Tanner Dickens says there's now a special team from the Chambers County Sheriff's Office trying to find him.
We've got a lot of resources assigned to it.
With help from the U.S. Marshals and FBI.
It's a manhunt, and it's a waste of manpower, and it is also putting the entire society at risk.
How common is it for a judge to let someone go home after they've been found guilty?
In a felony case, I've never seen it happen in my career.
Nathan Beadle is a former top...
Oh, that judge finna get fired, 1,000%. That boy finna have to resign. That's a grave mistake, big dog. You can't make no mistake like that. You can't convict somebody and then let them walk away. No, sir. No, sir. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, yeah. You finna be held accountable 1,000%.
Prosecutor in the Harris County District Attorney's Office, who calls it beyond unusual, especially for someone like Robinson, who prosecutors say has a violent arrest history dating back to his years as a juvenile.
There's no sense in this.
Is there anything you would say about where the buck stops on this one?
We knew that his bond needed
That's
to
what
be
I thought too.
revoked and
That's what I thought too.
sent to jail pending sentencing, and it just fell on deaf ears, and now here we are.
And we did reach out to Judge McDonald's office today asking whether it's standard practice for someone found guilty to be sent home before being sentenced. Of course, if and when we hear back, we'll provide that response at click2houston.com. Investigators tell me
I'm not even a judge, nor have I even... Listen, I have never been in a situation like that. Thank God. Thank God. Nor have I ever been to jail. None of that, right? But my common sense, and shout out to my dog Marcus, because you know this is his favorite phrase. Anybody with the brain would know if you get convicted and you are guilty, most of us would believe, well, brother, you ain't going home. They locking you up right then and there, and they taking you to the spot. You ain't going home. My dog A.R. Smitty, what's good with you, big homie? So I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to understand it. How you let this man go? And on top of that, he's sex trafficking. How you let him go? What y'all was doing? I want to see the recording of that. I want to see the whole recording now. I want to see the whole proceedings. I want to see what happened. How you just let this man walk up out of here? That's egregious.
They believe Robinson may be somewhere in the Harris County area, and if anyone has information about where he is, they are urged to contact the Chambers County Sheriff's Office. We're live in Anahuac. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC.
Oh yeah, that boy definitely sassy. Right, and has a violent history. And got a violent history. And you gonna let this man back on the streets? But yet the people who we look at and we question, like, is he really guilty though? Y'all be ready to lock them up and send them away. Y'all be ready to put them under the jail. But clearly we got a guilty man and you let him walk scot-free and he's guilty? What y'all got going on in Houston, bro? What y'all doing, man? What y'all out here doing in Houston? I'm trying to understand it. That's a bad... Listen, I get it. You human, you make mistakes, but that's the type of mistake you ain't supposed to make. That's the type of mistake you ain't supposed to make, especially as a judge. Absolutely not. Oh, they are? Makes sense. Makes sense, but make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification. That's crazy.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Uh-oh, y'all. We about to dive into the nitty-gritty. We about to get into the meat and potatoes. So this conversation is continuously evolving. More and more people continue to keep talking about the WNBA and this transgender thing, right? You got Steven Jackson, he got something to say about it. You got Stephen A. Smith, he got something to say about it. And then there's a recording of Enes Kanter basically talking about what actually happened in the situation in the game. So we're going to dive into it and then we're going to give our thoughts and opinions. So bear with me because we're going to go through 3 different videos and then we're going to, you know what I'm saying, we just going to kind of mine this thing out and analyze this whole thing. All right? So let's go ahead and get into it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Man, y'all got to stop the clown shit. I got daughters. I played basketball on the highest level. Won on the highest level. Matter of fact, I won on every level. There's no woman that could ever play in the NBA, bro.
Thanks.
Ever. And we've had some great women basketball players, but none of them were good enough to play in the NBA because it's men.
Thanks.
A man should not belong in no sports. It's the ones that saying they should. Y'all gonna be out of jobs.
Thanks.
Then what you gonna say? We gonna have 2 NBAs? No, bruh. No. Y'all not making no sense. Y'all trying to make it about Enes Kanter. He trying to protect women's basketball. I don't understand what the problem is with him. Black people have been identifying as free and equal for how long? Half of y'all still ain't accepted that. So y'all want people to accept a grown man with balls that's going to play in women's sports and just accept that he a woman? No, man, I got daughters, and other fathers that got daughters agree with me. You don't want no man in women's sports. This is clown shit.
Hey, he's speaking facts. He's speaking facts. Let's go over here to let's go to Stephen A.
Be right to do it. Because what Enes Kanter did, although he had every right to do it, and although it's clearly to bring attention to the unfairness of not specifically defining what a woman is in a collective bargaining agreement, and as a result, somebody who is transgender and can wake up and say, I'm a female and I want to participate in the NBA, according to the letter of the language of the law, you can actually get away with it. And that needs to be clarified. Clearly, that's a political position to take. And I think on one hand, Enes Kanter was very wrong. It was a classless thing for him to do because it's not, the ladies that are playing don't have anything to do with this. The league does. Its collective bargaining agreement may be the case. The liberal tilt that it has might be a cause or a cause effect to some degree. I get all of that, but the actual ladies that are involved, they have nothing to do with this.
Hold on, Stephen A. Hold on, big dog. They do got something to do with this because there are a lot of them who are speaking out on it, right? There are a lot of them who, just like Enes Kanter said, There was one woman after the game who said that she will allow it, that she wouldn't mind it. Then you had another one on the other side of the fence, which is Sophie Cunningham, who also said that nah, men should not be in women's sports. Now, mind you, you talking about him actually being there is classless. I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly. What do you mean? Because he's there just like everybody else would. Now, I will say this. I will say this. The shirt, you can argue whether he should have worn a shirt or not. Cool. Right? But to be honest with you, I think it's because he's trying to protect, he's doing it because he's trying to prove the point and he wants to protect women. Because just how you went off on the Minnesota Lynx coach for wearing that shirt that she wore, rightfully so, you went off on her like you supposed to. Just like anybody, like my guy Marcus says, anybody with the brain, they would do that, right? Anybody with common sense would do that, right? So I don't see why the issue is everybody continue to keep trying to hold Enes Kanter accountable. For what? All he was doing is showing y'all there's a hole in the system. There's a hole in the WNBA system, and I'm calling it out. Because the truth is, once you peel the onion back, once you get behind the curtain, you realize like, oh, he really ain't trying to play in the WNBA. He's trying to prove a point. But he's willing to take it all the way there in order to prove that point. And what is that point, Courtney? Well, that men do not belong in the WNBA and they need to fix their regulations and rules and stipulations in order to make sure that it is locked and sealed. So that way we have a full-on understanding that this is a women's sport and not an anybody sport. Women's National Basketball Association. Not WNBA plus. WNBA. In the name in itself should speak volumes. But now because we have so many people that are extremely left-leaning, now the word woman is getting convoluted. It's getting watered down because now everybody said, well, okay, what's a woman? Oh, a woman is a woman who identifies as a woman. Well, that's not telling me anything. Because a woman is not a woman who identifies as a woman. A biological woman is the one who has ovaries, or one whose body structure is totally different from a man's. The ones who do PMS, right? The ones who are able to have children, right? Now, of course, there are other situations where some women can't have babies, but that's a medical issue. That's not because, oh, I was a man once and no. They still have the genetic makeup to have a baby, but just medically they can't have a kid. So it ain't the same. A woman who was born a woman biologically, that's what a woman is. And I don't even know, and let's be 110% honest, I don't even know why this is a conversation. But it is one, so we're gonna talk about it. But I don't know why this is a huge thing. We should have all looked at it and say, you know what? Enes Kanter, Royce Wright, they're right. We need to go back to the drawing board. We need to figure some things out. We need to tighten up these stipulations in the rule book so that way people can understand what's going on. Because apparently there's a hole in what we got going on. Right, AR Smitty, we already know what it is. They want the WNBA. I'm telling you, bro, it's a clown show in the WNBA. We are so focused on everything that's going on the outside of the WNBA instead of focusing on what's going on with the WNBA. But that tells you the whole story, though. Don't nobody care about women's basketball. The WNBA has gotten more visibility in 2026 than it has ever has in its entire makeup ever since it's been a thing. This is the most visibility that it has gotten. The most. And that's insane. And it ain't because of sports. It ain't because of the sport in itself. It's because of the politics that's going on within the sport. Unbelievable.
And they don't deserve to be agitated the way he clearly was willing to do in attendance at the game. It wasn't just about him standing, but he was just about to step to her. You got no business doing that.
Stephen A. Stephen A. Big dog. Hold on. Bring it back, homie. Bring it back. I'm gonna argue your points. Look at Buddy right here on the side. He's standing up. He bucking at, he leaning forward at old girl. But because Enes Kanter, all of a sudden he's the problem. Because mind you, from what I've heard and what I've seen, he was clapping for Sophie Cunningham because it was either Sophie Cunningham or Caitlin Clark that made a 3 previously. He was clapping for them like, hey. But then she came down and made her move and got her and 1 bucket. And she started talking junk to him. Saying that she ain't gonna F you, bro. She ain't gonna F you, bro. I'm that nigga. Like whatever junk she was talking. So then because as she continued to keep walking towards him, he stood up like, shit, what's up? He didn't seem like a threat, nothing. Hands out, palms open, like, and he just smiling, like, yeah, whatever he was saying. Don't know what he was saying. Look at him. Hands out. So what threat are we talking about? What is this classless that we're talking about? Nothing is classless about it. It's part of the game, right? People are gonna hassle you. You're gonna have hecklers in the game. That's part of the game. Which is another reason why people don't take the WNBA serious. You can't even be a heckler in the game. This man ain't even do nothing. And you already kicking him out. For what? Now, I can see if he was throwing dildos on the court or becoming an actual threat, then we would have a real conversation. But this is a nothing burger. Y'all kicking him out for nothing.
You got no business doing that.
Storm, I said this, Storm, that's a fact. She said they should have a couple of special games where they play men and women against each other and also play a couple of times a year together, special occasions type is 3 to 4 times a year. Listen, this is what I said. I said during the All-Star game, I said this in my last live stream. I said during the All-Star game, instead of having a celebrity game, completely do away with the celebrity game and have a WNBA versus the NBA players. You can, however y'all want to do it, you can get your best players to pick. You can get your top guy that's in the NBA and your top woman that's in the WNBA. They can pick their team out, they can pick their squad out, and they go head to head. They go head to head with each other. So they can go ahead and just clear it out and figure everything out. So that way we can understand who is who, what is what, who the big dog is. Then once they have that game and they realize who the big dogs are, then now you can start to figure some things out. Like, all right, well, let's add a couple of girls on this side, and then let's add a couple of guys over here on this side. So then we go, we have a whole game. Cool. Sounds more like right to me.
And that was just excessive. Although I get his point, I see his point, I understand his point. The point is, it was excessive. And you know that. And it was agitating them. They don't deserve that. Not the ladies actually playing. They don't deserve that. And all of us, as American citizens, as human beings, find ourselves caught up in a political system that has purview and dominion over us as citizens of a society. If anybody knows that, it's Enes Kanter Freedom because of his history with Turkey. That's where he's from. That's where his family is from. This man was in fear of his life. I interviewed him. I heard his story. And the courage that he showed in speaking out against the Turkish government, against China, and putting himself in that lion's den.
Right.
Because of his past political history, he should be applauded. Not to mention the fact that taking a political position is consistent with who he has been. Perfectly understandable. Got it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean those ladies deserve that while they were playing a basketball game.
Deserve what? That's what I'm trying to understand. Y'all, can y'all help me out? What am I missing? What did he do? What did he do? What did he do besides cheer on the women's basketball team of the Indiana Fever? What did he do? Specifically, what did he say? Did he say anything egregious? Did he say anything that could potentially be harmful to the woman? What did he do besides sit on the sideline and applaud somebody for making a three? What did he do? Was it the shirt that he had on, or is it just the simple fact that he's just a big old dude that's just sitting on the court side, sitting on the floor side, under the basket, and they can see him? Was he standing up clapping? We don't see that. We don't see that footage. But yet we aren't holding. My thing is, we aren't holding Natasha Cloud accountable. We aren't holding her accountable at all. Why are you addressing him? Play ball. Focus on the game. Why are you worried about what he got going on? We're not gonna have that conversation. And mind you, all the egregious shit that she be saying on X, and how very left-leaning she is. But the focus is on Enes Kanter because he's at the game and he's wearing a shirt that says woman on it. And she came at him. How was what we doing? What am I missing? What am I missing?
It doesn't mean that they deserved for you to use your platform to do what you did. Natasha Cloud reacted the way that she did because you were essentially mocking WNBA players. When in fact, who you really should be mocking is the league and its collective bargaining agreement, not the actual players.
Well, the reason he's doing what he's doing is because there are some people who disagree with what he's saying. Some of them, probably Natasha Cloud, is probably one of those individuals who believe that trans men should be in the WNBA. Talking tough. Play ball. I'm gonna keep playing.
Enes Kanter could do better than that.
Nope.
He could do better.
I disagree, Stephen.
Be a bit more thoughtful. Enes Kanter, I believe, went too far by showing up in attendance with that shirt on. In other words, show some class, bro. That's not the ladies that's doing this. It's the league. It's their collective bargaining agreement, etc. It's clearly for females. And Natasha Cloud, being as fierce as she was, you could understand and feel where her frustration was coming from because he's mocking them like that.
Nope. Okay, well, hold up, y'all. Hold up. So nobody else was saying anything. He been there the entire time. But because Natasha Cloud decides to address him with that shirt on. Because guess what? Guess what you could have did? Ignored it. Guess what y'all could have did? Guess what Natasha Cloud could have did? Ignored it. If she really stood on what she believed, all she had to do was ignore it. So she brought attention to herself. Everybody else was just playing ball. But with her confusion, thinking that she can step up to a man, forgetting that she is a woman, now all of a sudden it's Enes Kanter's fault. Because he wore a shirt. It's not classless. I disagree wholeheartedly. Because whether he wore the shirt or not, there probably still would have been friction. Just because of the simple fact of the friction that he has already caused. So I don't think the shirt was the issue. But because he did wear the shirt, that's a great excuse. That's a great thing to point at for people like, well, you know, man, you shouldn't have wore the shirt. Nah, I ain't got nothing to do with this shirt, dog. That's just an excuse for you not to hold women accountable again. Not one person has sat back and said, you know what? How come she just didn't ignore him? Yeah, right, AR Smitty. Maybe she thought he was a woman. Maybe that's what it was. So she wanted to address him as such. Maybe that's the case. Because nobody wants to hold Natasha Cloud accountable. Nobody. So no, I think you're in your point, Stephen A. Smith. I think you are 110% wrong. Now, yes, also he should be addressing the league in itself too. But guess what? That would also make sense if there weren't other women who were also speaking on this as well. So it involves them too. But Enes Kanter didn't start it. Natasha Cloud did. All she had to do was ignore it, just play ball, focus on the game, and not somebody who's sitting on the sideline.
And it ain't right because they're telling you as players, it's not us. We don't really have anything to do with that. And Enes Kanter should have been sensitive to that.
Cap. I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly.
Back and starts. Sophie Cunningham shot a three, and I put my hands up to celebrate, right? Literally a couple position later, Natasha came back and started screaming and yelling and said, she's not going to sleep with you. I just got up, and then I was like, I'm just here to protect women, and that's all, right? And then she started to yell. She started to use some very heavy language. She started to actually cuss. And I was very shocked that there were a lot of kids and there were a lot of teenagers was at that game. And I just cannot believe that she was just cussing and using those F-bombs in front of all these kids. Security guy, came, and then I was like, listen, you need to leave. I was like, can you please tell me why do I need to leave? They said, look, you just need to leave. And they literally, I don't want to say they dragged me, but like they pretty much like pushed me to leave the gym.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I don't see why they kicked them out either. I find that to be egregious as well. But to be honest with you, in that point and standpoint, I disagree with Stephen A. Smith 99%. I disagree with him. Like I said, I did agree with the fact of, yeah, it is the lead that he needs to address as well. But also, I don't think that Enes Kanter did anything wrong. I don't think anything that he did was wrong. From a human standpoint, from a moral standpoint, I don't think he did anything wrong. Right. No, that's the thing. I love it. Listen, bro, I love Stephen A. Smith. I do, bro. I rock with him 110%. But he off on this one. He 1,000% off. And I understand, I get where he's trying to come from, but no, he 100% off on this one. 110% off. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it at all. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm, and make sure you hit the bell notification.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
All right, so I got two videos left. But I'm only gonna have y'all choose one for me. So we can do Talk Less Show. Y'all know the Russian girl that I reacted to before. She was on Paul Pierce and Azar's podcast. And Azar tried to call her white, but she's like, nah, I ain't white, I'm Russian. So y'all already know she has a podcast. It's called Talk Less Show. And they're having a conversation about men submitting. Do y'all want to talk about that, or do we want to go surface level? Just for the love of the game, go surface level for the love of the game of a pop the balloon. Now this ain't the one with the originals. This is a different one. This one is out of St. Louis. So which one of y'all want to do? You said nah, okay. Or do y'all want to do Pop the Balloon? Or do y'all want to say, you know what? See that this was a good show. We should call it. Which one? You want to do Russian? You want to do Russian Shorty? I bet we go. Russians are wild foes, though. They are. So look, we 1-1. So Foucault says Pop the Balloon. Real life says he want to talk about the Russian Shorty. Yeah, Angel Reese be wilding too, dog. I don't know what Angel Reese got going on, but she wilding. Oh snap! So you say AR Smitty, you say number one, you say the Russian, you say talk less. All right, so we can get in. All right, so that's 2-1. That's 2-1. That's 2-1. So look like the Russians. Everybody say F Pop the Balloon. You say Big Less. All right, so that's 3-1. All right, so we're gonna get into Talk Less show. Shout out, hey, Pop the Balloon loses. So we're gonna get into it and then we'll give our thoughts and our opinions. So let's go ahead and rock out.
German Shepherd. You ever been at the airport and that dog is like running through? Like they can smell it off of you. It doesn't matter if you're not expressing it to them. They can smell it no matter what. Like they can smell it from across the room that you are internally freaking out. And so I always call it like the post-it note princesses that are like, I am smart, I am beautiful. If you don't believe it, that shit does not work. Like men could sniff that you have low self-esteem, that you're vibrating low, that you will let them violate your boundaries, that you're not gonna stand on business. It takes a millisecond for them to know that, and you cannot get it past them.
That is crazy. I've never even heard that concept before, because I thought like maybe if I'm freaking out, it's more, oh, he wouldn't know. I'm just going to play it cool. But then internally, I'm like, I'm going through it.
Man, listen. First of all, men, y'all keep thinking men are dumb. Y'all keep thinking men are dumb. Listen, just because men don't address it, just because a lot of times we don't say anything about it, that doesn't mean that we don't see it. That doesn't mean that we don't feel it. We understand what's going on. We pay more attention to y'all than y'all pay attention to us. We see what's going on. We're just nonchalant. We just aren't over the top about a lot of things. We just sit back and kick it like, all right, oh, well, she ain't one of them moods today, bro. So let me stay out the way, bro. I ain't trying to listen, bro. I ain't trying to argue with nobody today. I'm just out the way, dog. Hey, shorty, you good? No, I'm all right. She about to say something. She about to say something crazy. So, you know what I mean? Shorty probably hungry or something. She going through it. Or what's the new word that y'all be saying now? Overstimulated. Let me go help out. Let me go wash these dishes for real quick. Or let me go do, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we see what's going on.
But it's in everything that you do. Like, it's in the way that you respond back. It's in your text messages. It's in your aura when you see him the next time. Like, they always know. Like, they know that something's wrong with you. Yeah.
Oh my, Stevie, you laughing? Come on here. I need you on here. Stevie Bags, y'all. Stevie Bags. Give it up for Stevie Bags. I need him on the panel. Because Stevie, why are you laughing? Come talk to us.
Les, I'm rejoicing.
Okay.
To hear a woman talk like that is rejoice. For real.
Okay.
Because I mean, we live in a world where everything is inverted. Men are acting like women and women act like men. And the only reason the women are in fight or flight state is because men ain't showing up. So it's an order.
I didn't know where this was going, so I'm like, hey,
it's an order.
I didn't know which way this was going. I'm somebody who has a pretty solid platform, and so I'm like, my analytics are probably 98% women, and the men that are following me, I mean, it's so much hate mail. So I don't know you at all, so I didn't know where this was going. So
yeah, I just go off the spirit, and I ain't talking about the Holy Ghost. I'm talking about real, true, genuine divinity.
You are a big dog. Like you trembling when you talking. I talk about genuine divinity. You are a big. Calm down, homie. You good. You good.
So when you really look at the way the world is right now, the only reason that woman got to put her stick out is because the man ain't pulled his out yet.
Amen to that.
But it don't look like what society told you it looked like. So don't clap too fast.
Okay.
Because protection and provision is not just about my finances or about my brute strength. Protection and provision is spiritual. Hey, baby, don't eat that today. Hey, don't get no gas coming home late because your car running out of gas. Don't stop at no gas station. Get my truck tomorrow and then we'll get it straight. That's protection and provision. It ain't always about him having money because a lot of women make more money than the average man right now.
That's cap. See, y'all go with this lying shit. No, they don't. Stop lying. No, they don't. Stop. I wish y'all to stop saying that. No, they do not. Your average woman is making less than $40,000 today in 2026. They're not making more than men on average. No, they are not. Men are still leading the charge when it comes to how they earn and the money that they're earning. No. And then when you start to add some variables into it, you talk about consumer debt, credit card debt, student loans, that income goes down. So no, they're not leading the charge. Are there some women who are making more money? Absolutely. But no, there are not more women making more money. No, they are not. That's a very small percentage of women. And mind you, I'm speaking in a general sense. I'm talking all races. Now, when you break it down to per race, that number gets smaller. That number is smaller. Black women are making less than black men. Stop with the nonsense. Stop with that BS that y'all talking about. I don't know where y'all getting y'all studies from. Where y'all getting this information from? Are y'all just hearing it as a talking point or what? No.
Hey, especially in the melanated community. So let's talk about that. How you want a boss brother? A boss don't mean he got a lot of money. It means he's a being of supreme status. No, I live real good, Queen. I'm living this. And you can feel it on my aura. It's authentic. It's genuine. I don't gotta be accepted by now one of y'all. Because your opinion of me ain't none of my business. The best speech I'm gonna give is the life I live. Now you go look at my fruits and you'll see what's going on. And it don't mean that I'm flawless. It means that I'm authentic. I can be authentic in my righteousness and I can be authentic in my wickedness. Because we got all of it. But people don't want to talk about that because people want to talk about relationships. How can you have a relationship when you don't even motherfucking relate?
Tasia, I need you to respond.
Okay.
Well, I do think that there are some things that men are held to a societal standard that like they do have to have money, they do have to be a provider, that they have to be rich and things like that. And one thing I always tell women is like, girl, you are not Lori Harvey. You are not about to wake up to a house full of roses because your man is not Future. Okay, like it's not gonna happen. So I think that there's very realistic things, but I also think that when a man is financially troubled, it will come out in the relationship. So I think that where a man is financially is relative, right? Somebody making $75K a year could be relative to somebody. But I think that if a man is not in the place that he wants to be financially, that's just like.
So let's look at this number, and this says a lot. And this is just one study. Right? We gotta bring the information in. Just give me a second. We gotta bring the information in. This is just one study. I'm gonna look up a different one. So, what does this say? Of the men, because think about your average man that makes anywhere between $40,000 to $19,000 to a dollar. Because once you get down here to the 20,000 and less, those men are typically homeless. or they're probably younger, right? They're probably younger. Now, as you start to go up the totem pole, guess what starts to happen? That decrease starts to happen. 40,000, 50,000, right? They're still close neck and neck here. Then boom, you get up to 50K, men start to lead the charge. You get up to 60K and above, men lead the charge. When you get up to 100K or more, men lead the charge. So while you can be correct in the fact of if you're making anywhere between 40,000 to 20,000, well, 20,000 to 40,000 could be fair, but is that real money though? Are you making money for real, for real? And again, you still have to add those variables in. Debt, student loans, consumer debt, all of that. But I'm gonna let the video keep playing while I do some more research.
It's never a good idea.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I just don't want. We just can't make anything tangible be the
priority.
The priority, right? Because my bank account might say one thing, but my spiritual account might say something different.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You all don't have enough resources and enough network and community, because to the Black folk that are in here, we don't have enough men that are standing up and saying like, hey, like before I was able to lead my wife and my family, I submitted first. You don't hear a lot of men saying that. So then you see the men that are seeing the NFL players, they're seeing the rappers, they're seeing all these athletes online, and their first thought is to like get money first, and then they have no clue how to actually lead and submit to a woman. Sometimes it's not about, we talked about hormones and her attitude and all of those things earlier today. Like sometimes it's like, hey, like you have to figure out whether this is a battle worth fighting. And I don't think that some men, not all, some.
All right, so we're going to get back to it real quick. Just give me a second. So here's the data. Give y'all some more. Let me give y'all some more data. So when you look at this chart right here, let me blow it up for y'all. When you look at this chart right here, women are in the yellow or in the orange, men are in the black. So when you think about all, men are leading the charge at an average of $71,000. Women are at $57,500. Asian women, $76,000. So they leading the charge over all, white women and all. Right? Men, Asian men, 98,000. They blowing everybody out the water. Because they pick the right jobs when they go to college. They don't pick no social media studies and all that BS. Black men average around 54.9. So basically $55,000 a year. Black women, 51.7. 51.7, right? So they're pretty close, but they're still not earning more than men. And of course, as that number continues to get higher in men, as far as the income, that number decreases for women, as we just seen in the previous screenshot that I just showed you. Hispanic women, 46,000. Hispanic men, 51,000. So and then of course, white, not Hispanic, you got women at 61.5, and you got men at 80,000. So where's this women are earning more than men at? That's what I'm trying to understand. Can somebody help me out? That's what I'm trying to understand.
It looks like to even submit to that woman. Like for some people, that is a crazy statement that submission is a part of commitment in a relationship.
Yeah, I think it may be just semantics, but you might do something better than me, right? And so I can acquiesce, but I'll never submit to no woman. Never. Because you know why? Because it's not even in the order of anything natural.
But God told you to. That's what we keep forgetting.
I don't know. I don't know if God told me to or the Bible told people to, but God gave me a natural order. Now, what they put in the Bible or in the Talmud, the Torah, or the Quran, or whatever, man wrote that too.
But see, that's the thing. The natural order for a man to submit, it doesn't mean that you're less than. It doesn't mean that you're number two. It means that you're prioritizing who's the best person for that moment in that second, right?
The lioness.
That is what that actually means. It doesn't mean you're lower. It doesn't mean that I'm wearing the pants today. It doesn't mean any of that. It
Absolutely
means that
not.
You are the one that has enough knowledge and wisdom, which is what I'm leaning on. You have the provision. You have the discernment to say, you know what? There you go. That's you right there. That is actually what it means.
And I said I have no problem acquiescing to the lioness being the hunter. The lioness is the hunter. That's what you do, babe. You hunt. I fucking kill. It's a difference. There's always an order. It's the reason why you teach the babies to cleave and I teach their ass to leave. It's the reason why your anatomy is inner and mine is outer. You emotion first, ego second. I'm ego first, emotion second. It don't mean that we can't acquiesce inside of that too and have synergy. But when you become divine feminine and when I become divine masculine, now I can limit my ego to hear where you're coming from.
So when you look at Ephesians 5:21, sets the overarching standard to all Christians should submit to one another in humility, right? In humility. That's a key factor. In humility. Ephesians 5:22, 5:25 immediately follows with specific instructions for wives. For wives, let me say it again. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 through 25 immediately follows with specific instructions for wives to submit to their husbands, paired with a heavy command for husbands to love their wives self-sacrificially, comparing their role to Christ laying down his life for the church. Right? So, 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7 instructs husbands to live with their wives in an understanding way and show them honor as the weaker vessel or co-heirs of the grace of life, which many theologians interpret as part of the reciprocal, respectful dynamic. So where in the Bible does it say that men are supposed to submit to women? Where? Because I make sure I ain't hear it again. Let me make sure I tell y'all again. Ephesians chapter 5, verses 22 through 25 immediately follows with specific instructions for wives to submit to their husbands, paired with a heavy command for husbands to love their wives self-sacrificially, comparing their role to laying down his life for Christ. Or laying his life down for the church. So there's nothing in the Bible that says that a man's supposed to submit to a woman. So where's she getting her information from?
Emotionally, and you can limit your emotions to see where I'm coming from egotistically, and that's called harmony. And that's what we gotta have.
Submission.
Huh?
That's called submission.
Well, I'm saying, Queen, the first thing I said was I'm not gonna get caught up on the semantics of that. But I personally, I will never submit to a woman because that's not what the universal God made that to be. Now, I will let a woman do what she does best. Absolutely, baby. Fucking take off. I do not want to do no clerical shit. Please handle that.
Into the semantics, but that's exactly what you're doing. Like what you're describing is legit semantically, verbally, and literally submission. That's exactly what you're describing.
No, okay, so does it make you feel better? Talking about emotions. If it makes you feel better for me to say, hey, baby, I submit to you on the clerical duties. Wow. Does that make you feel better?
Why the sarcasm?
No, I'm saying
the men that know how to submit to their women are living a happy wife, happy life. Everything is well. And I think that this
and they might be castrated.
Of like, I would never submit to a woman.
See, that's the problem. It's called delegation. She's mixing submission with delegation. That's the problem. That's where she's getting mixed up at. You mean delegation? Because if I was single before and we are naturally supposed to be the head of the household, correct? And we come together. And if I'm the one that's naturally taking care of all the bills, you move in with me. So that means I delegate all of the things that I was doing, which may be the clerical stuff. I delegate that to you. I'm not submitting that to you. That's not a submission. That's delegation. What are you talking about? When it comes down to a major decision, you're going to consult your wife, but ultimately you're going to make the final decision because you trust the person that you decided to lay down with on a consistent basis. So you consult that person because you trust their judgment as well. So you're consoling the person that you decided to get married to. That doesn't mean you're submitting to them. When you're a CEO of a company and you want to figure out how we can continue to move this company forward, you're gonna consult. You're gonna consult other executives, the vice president. You're gonna consult the managers. You're gonna go down and talk to the managers and see what we can do to be more effective. You're not submitting to them. That's just like saying, well, I'm a CEO of a company, but I'm going to take some stress off of me, and I'm gonna have this person start editing my videos. Yeah, let's just use YouTube let's just use the Courtnee Edgar Show for an example. That's just like me saying, hey, bro, I'm tired of doing the edits for my videos, so therefore I'm going to take my editing, I'm going to delegate that to you. I'm not submitting to the person that's going to do my edits. I'm delegating the work. It's not submitting to them. I'm delegating it. Because guess what? I still have control of it because you know how I'm supposed to do it. You know I already have a template for it and how it's supposed to go. I just don't have time to do it. So therefore I'm delegating it to you so that way you could do it. I already have the systems in place, so it makes it easy for you to just edit the videos. I'm not submitting to you. What are you talking about? Come on, man.
Those men are castrated.
That does not mean the woman is dumb. That doesn't make her a walkover. That doesn't mean that she's a doormat. Doesn't mean any of that because women are valuable in their own right. But we get to, and this is the thing. A lot of these women, they're getting too egotistical. They feel as if they don't matter they feel as if they have to be here with us. Shorty, no, it doesn't work like that. That's not how it works. You can't have two chiefs. You can't. You've never seen two CEOs. You've never seen two CEOs. There's always one. There's always one. But that does not make the VP less valuable than the CFO or the CEO or the CEO. It doesn't make them less valuable at all. Those are just the roles that we have to play, and we have to play that role really good. Come on, man. Let that ego go. Let the ego go. That's what's hurting y'all. Y'all have an ego problem. You feel as if you have to have the light shining on you. I promise you, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, as a woman, that light is gonna naturally shine on you. You're gonna have that aura, and guess what's gonna happen? That man gonna move out the way so you can shine. He gonna make it so that you can shine. But you are in your own way. You are in your own way. You are blocking your blessing. The man ain't blocking your blessing at all. He just telling you, listen, man, if you want me to lead, let me lead. If you trust me enough, you decided to choose me, right? And you figured in your mind that I'm the right one for you, correct? And you continue to claim that you want a man to lead you. Well, what you need to do is trust your judgment and allow me to lead you. Because you apparently, if you make good decisions, you will be confident in your decision in choosing me. Because here's the thing, the women who understand that, they're the ones that's married. And I guarantee you, those men do not treat them less than. They treat them, and they do their best to try to give them the world. If they can't get it right now, they're working towards it. And their women aren't complaining. Their women are happy. They're not going over their head. They're not telling their women, hey, man, shut the hell up. They're not doing none of that, man. They're treating their woman like a goddess. But y'all don't want to hear that, though, because y'all too busy worrying about your own ego. You're too focused on, oh, well, what if he hurt me? Bro, you worrying about the wrong thing. Instead of you thriving and being in your divine feminine, like y'all like to use, divine feminine, instead of being a true feminine woman and focusing on that, you too worried about trying to compete with them. That's why you can't get ahead. That's why you can't keep a man. You too busy trying to figure out who dick bigger. Put your dick up, shorty. I promise you, put your dick up. Then maybe you can find what. Then you can start finding the men that you actually need, not want. Y'all doing too much, man.
Cause you'll never hear a real man say happy wife, happy life. It's happy us to get your ass off the bus.
The real
Period.
man trope is a dangerous conversation.
Period.
And I think as you have like other men in this room, this whole like real man thing it's a very dangerous trope. And you're saying that you're not going to submit to a woman that you marry because she has wisdom, because she has discernment, because she's going to because she's going to incubate and multiply anything that you bring to the table, right? That's something that God gave a woman that you'll never have. So when you sit here and you say that you'll never submit, that's a crazy, crazy statement.
So
what are you stupid? That's why y'all can't. This is why some of y'all can't get married. I'm just gonna call it a spade. This is why some of y'all can't get married. This is why a lot of y'all gonna stay single, and then y'all gonna continue to keep lying to yourself and say, "Well, I'd rather be single than be with somebody that I don't want to be with." Whatever that bullshit that y'all say. This is why. Because then you try to use the Bible and then don't even use the Bible properly. Don't even know what scripture that was talking about where men supposed to submit to women. Because guess what? The Bible does say that y'all are the weaker vessel. And y'all are supposed to submit to men. But yet and still, you will argue it up and down.
You hear the only people screaming is women, right? So what I want you to understand is when I was speaking, you had men and women clapping because I'm speaking from a universal perspective, not a masculine or feminine perspective. I'm speaking from the perspective of nature. And guess what? It could be, once again, I could be up here talking conjecture or innuendo, but I came up here to actually pay homage to you because I was rejoicing about what you were saying about how our women have to start holding themselves to a higher standard emotionally. And no matter if the man shows up or not, you are the first teachers of the children. You are the first teachers of the seed. So guess what? No matter what that man do, you still got to be like Big Mama. He went out and had a baby on you. He did all this and do that. You knew who he was before you opened your legs.
But I think that men need to hear more emotion. Men need to be emotionally more intelligent as well. And
no, man, no, stop with this. Stop with the emotional intelligence. His emotional intelligence is the reason he went upside your head. His emotional intelligence is the reason he didn't go upside your head. It's the reason why he hadn't spiraled. Yeah, he half pandering for sure. Half pandering, 1,000%. He's straddling the fence like a mug. That's a fact. He definitely doing that. What you call it? What you call it? What you call the skateboards when they be on the rails? Forgot what you call it. But he definitely doing that. But he ain't hitting it where it's supposed to be. He's not hitting. He ain't hitting. He hitting it like he's teetering the line. He's like, you almost got it, but then you go back. But see, man, y'all are the teachers of the seed. No, this, that. Yeah, grinding. There you go. He grinding on the fence with a skateboard, bro. He teetering that mug.
The trope that you're projecting in this room right now is very dangerous because when you say that you're not going to submit, it's telling you that you have a deficit, that there's a lack there. And I think that if more men could actually hear other men talking about, hey, I am listening, I am understanding, I am conceding, I am yielding, you'll actually see a lot more men have basically a mutual understanding as well as be happier in relationships. It's not a weak thing. It's not to say that you're not a strong man by saying that there's things that you are smart enough to say, my girl got that.
I may be missing something. I just want to say this, and I'm gonna land my plane. I may be missing something, but I told you I don't have a problem with acquiescing to what you do better than me. I already said that. So how do you want me to say it in another language? If you cook better than me, baby, go tear that fucking kitchen up. But guess what? It's some things that's not necessarily submitting.
What is so problematic about submission to you?
Look at her. She ain't even listening. She don't understand. She thinks that just because you're better at something, that means you're submitting to her. No. That doesn't mean that I'm submitting to you. Yeah, you might be better at this. Great. So thrive in it. But I'm not that doesn't mean I'm submitting to you. Okay, great. You can do numbers better than I can. All right. I'm gonna delegate that for you. You got it. That doesn't mean I submit it. Facts, Soft Rain. Facts.
And then I came back.
What is so problematic about that?
Because we have to understand in this life, we do have order. And that's what's going on. Our culture is out of order. We celebrate the wrong things. We talk about the wrong things. And that's why we can't be in harmony with our relationships. We've adopted all these Eurocentric ideals about what love is. You don't love like anybody else. You don't live like anybody else. And you don't look like anybody else. Why do you have to do something that somebody else gave you based on their construct? Start to find out who it is, what your relationship requires for you and your mate, not what everybody in the whole world says. Because at the end of the day, they're okay with Adam and Steve, not Adam and Eve. And there ain't nothing wrong with nobody's sexual thing, because we know y'all are try to hang me to the cross about that. But I'm just telling you that, thank you, my brother. There's something going on right now where we do have to have these conversations. I was celebrating you because I think that if a sister hears from another successful sister about controlling her emotions, then she could be like, dang, I didn't know my baby daddy was dealing with that kind of trauma. That's why he wasn't here. Then he can come back and say, dang, I didn't know my baby mama was molested. That's why she has this kind. These are the things that's going on in our community that we're not talking about. That's why the trauma's there.
Yeah,
that's why the drama's there.
You're actually describing exactly what I'm talking about. And your issue with submission, you're literally describing what I'm saying.
We're still talking about submission.
Okay, we're still talking about submission because you're harping on this emotional, intelligent component. And I get that, I understand. This actually is a mutual respect. But when you say divine order doesn't have the end in the actual union. That's all I'm trying to explain to you, is that when you have a relationship with somebody, right, and you're trying to exactly what you described, understand where that person's coming from. Maybe there's triggers that this person had from many moons that has nothing to do with you, but it's coming up. That act of saying, hey, let's sit down and figure out what is going on with you so that we can move forward and we can be in a happier place. Innately, that is submission. So I think that is just it's just the word, a difference in how we understand that word. But I think that saying that you would never submit to a woman is just a very dangerous trope. I'll die on that hill.
In the context.
Hold up. I do agree with you, because man, this was just a lot of tennis to watch right now. And shout out to y'all.
Well, who's the so there? That means if I have to submit to you, that means there's no order in the house, right? There's no order in the house. Now, when she's talking about, so here, this is where the semantics come into play. Because what she's talking about, if I'm better at you in something, and I say, you know what, I yield to that, you are better than me at X, Y, and Z. So I submit to the fact that you are better than me in this. But that doesn't mean that you have authority. Just because you are better at these numbers, or you're better at budgeting, so to speak, that's your specialty, right? And I submit that to you. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have authority. That doesn't mean that you're going to make the final decision on what we do with X, Y, and Z. That's not submission. And I think that's where she's messing up at. She thinks that she has authority. You don't have authority. Because regardless of how you feel about it, exactly, real life PJ, and I'm doing my best to try to make it make sense for him. And it still ain't lining up. 1 + 1 = 5. It ain't making sense to me. Because even if you're trying to make that make sense, it still doesn't boil down to being submission, because that means you still don't have the ultimate authority in that position. Because regardless, if you have, prime example, you have a marketing company, right? Or let's just use the channel. I'm speaking to a brand company. I'm speaking to the market. I'm speaking to the marketing department, right? Boom. We're going back and forth. I'm talking about how much it'll cost to sponsor the show. Now, although I'm having a conversation with these individuals right here, These are the people who have the conversation with me. I'm not talking to the ultimate decision maker. I'm talking to the people who get everything in order. They get the paperwork or whatever the case may be. We having a discussion of what they expect from me, X, Y, and Z. But they aren't the one who signed off on the contract. They aren't the final decision maker. They still have to take all this information that we talked about, what my requirements are, what's my fee, and then they have to take it to the big dog in order for him to sign off on it. So just because they delegated that power to you, that doesn't mean that the head of everything who makes the final decision, that doesn't mean he's submitted to you. That's not what that means. And that's what she's messing up. And that's what she's getting it twisted.
Oh, what was going on? This is real podcast. I think it's important to acknowledge what you're saying as far as like my relationship is my relationship, and there's going to be nobody telling me what to do because I only know my relationship with that person. And that's why it's always an interesting conversation to have when I say, hey, like this person hasn't talked to me for 2-3 days. And then like, I do know that there's something going on with the person, and I don't know that it's his response to things when he's overwhelmed, right? When I speak about that on social media, now everybody's saying, stop talking to this person because he doesn't like you, right? So that's why it creates a really, really good, it's a discussion, right? And I think let's just answer this one more thing, because I think that we really want to talk about dating.
Yeah, bro. I think they're off. I think this is the problem. I think ego is the issue with a lot of relationships. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think there's a huge ego, and I think that there are a lot of egotistical men, right? Who just use the trope of, I'm a man, you should follow me, right? There should be men who understand and know how to lead too. That's also a thing. You can't just say that a woman should follow you just because she should follow you. You should be leading her in the right direction. Every decision that you make is not just only for you, it's for the betterment of the family. That's what you're supposed to be doing. As a man, any decision that you make, and of course, and if you chose that woman to be by your side, you should also be able to trust her judgment as well. If you have to console her, because she's your counsel, right? She's your voice of reason. When you have a big decision to make, yes, you console the person that you decided to lay down with. So therefore, y'all have a conversation. But ultimately, you're gonna make the final decision. But you trust this person's judgment. So even if what you were thinking initially, she gives you the voice of reason, and she tells you, you know what, that may not be a smart idea, and this is why I believe that this may not be a smart idea. You know what? That's a great point. You know what? That's a great idea. You know what? I'm gonna take that. Boom, and I go make the decision. So therefore, I seek her counsel. That means she is a value to me because I trust her judgment. And so then I go and make the decision. I don't understand where women have gone to the fact where they think that just because you have to submit to a man that all of a sudden that they're less valuable. That doesn't make sense to me at all. I don't know where they got that idea from. Maybe it's because some women are getting some visibility on social media and they're making a little bit of money. Now all of a sudden that they can compete with men. No, shorty, at the end of the day, that's still the divine. That's still the order. You are to submit to the man because no matter how much money you make, you still are the weaker vessel at the end of the day. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you feel. No matter how you feel, which is one of the main reasons why I was talking about why was Natasha Cloud walking up to Enes Kanter. Shorty, do you realize this man is 3 times your size? And you up there talking tough like you a man? Now, I don't condone violence at all, but if he was to put his hands on her, she over with. She done. And so when we continue to have these conversations, this is the problem. This is the problem with dating. A lot of these women have an ego problem. It's an ego for them because they think that they're going to be less than. And they want to be in the front, but they don't know how. They don't even know what leadership actually is. They don't. They think you telling the person what to do is leadership. That ain't what leadership is. Do you know how to lead from the front? When you leave the house, are you, if that man leaves the house, right? I'm gonna give you two different scenarios. If that man goes out in public, the way that he moves and behaves, is that a reflection of you or is that a reflection of him? 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be a reflection of him. When you go out and they know that you got a man, they know that you have a man. And that goes the same for the man too. If he goes out and he has a woman, it's a reflection of him. But if you as a woman, you go out because you're with this man, the way that you move is a reflection of him. See the difference? So no matter how you twist it, no matter how you spin it, it's still a reflection of him. Because why? You said you want a leader, right? You chose that man, right? So if he's not leading you properly, guess what? It's going to show. Because you are a reflection of him. And then if y'all have kids, and if your kids are not acting how they're supposed to act, guess what? Your kids are also a reflection of you and him. And because the father sets the tone, the man sets the tone of the household, and the woman is, because y'all are a united front, your kids are supposed to behave properly. But if y'all aren't a united front, if y'all on two different sides of the coin of how you parent your children are gonna be fuck ups. And that's what happens. That's typically what happens. So, but hey, man, listen, do what y'all want to do. Y'all just continue to keep remaining single and keep talking about, oh, well, you ain't gonna, well, I don't see why men don't want to submit to me. Why does he need to submit to you? What is it that's so important what is so important about the decision that you need to make that he needs to submit to you? What is it? So that way you can feel special. So you can feel special about yourself. So you can feel like you're adequate. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on. I will play this video, but I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for Friday. I'm gonna save it for the Banter and Barter show because I think this is egregious. I think it's egregious. But yeah, man, tonight was fire though. Tonight was good. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. Make sure y'all hit the bell.
Listen, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out either of these two videos right here. And make sure you share this post with your friends and your family.
Yeah. Tonight was dope, man. Tonight was a good show. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was gonna be a pretty simple day, but it ended up turning out pretty good. I like it. I'm getting better and better. Hey, man, tell everybody they better watch out, dog. I'm coming. All the big dog people out there, I'm telling you, Courtnee Edgar Show is up next. They don't see me yet. I'm still in the dark. I'm still in the shadows. They don't know who I am yet, but guess what? They gonna find out. They gonna find out soon enough. They gonna know who I am. Don't worry. Why in the world would a woman want a man to submit to them? Listen, bro. I don't know, man. I have no clue. I think that's the question they should ask. Like, why do you want them to submit to you? Where are you gonna lead? Where are you gonna lead them? What does leadership look like to you? See, that's the question they should be asking. Instead of going back and forth, just start asking them the question. All right, bet. You want him to submit to you? Bet. How does that look? You want him to submit to you. So a man submits to you. That's what you want, right? Bet. Let him submit to you. What does that look like? Are you leading a relationship? Are you the authoritarian in a relationship? I bet. Tell me how that works. Oh yeah, I already know. Listen, my people are here. And it's going to continue to keep growing. And if y'all haven't tapped into the Patreon, become part of the Free Agent Society. Link is in the description as well. We got to grow that community as well. But in due time, we will, because I'm going to continue to keep adding value to you guys. I'm going to continue to keep doing that. Because I told y'all, just like at the beginning of the show, I don't know everything. I don't. But I do have some experience. And we are building this platform, this business in real time. So there may be things that I don't know. And guess what? We gonna learn it in real time. If there's a term that I don't know, guess what we gonna do? We gonna look that shit up. Because I'm not coming at y'all as a guru. Because I'm not one. But y'all see me building this thing in real time. And you see the changes that I have made since I've started. So we're going to continue to keep doing that. We're going to continue to keep growing. We're going to continue to keep learning. We're going to continue to keep building. And we're going to take this thing to the top. All right? So with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all for coming to kick it with me. For those of y'all who kicked in here with me, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank y'all so much for Carrie Ferry. I appreciate you for the jewels, for the flower. Appreciate you for the gifted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, that's my goal, man. I want to make sure I'm as authentic as I possibly can be. I'm not gonna fake the funk at all. I'm not gonna play like I'm a super rich guy when I'm not. I told you I got a 9 to 5, but that's the goal. We focusing on, that's the ultimate goal, to be rich. That's the ultimate goal. We ain't there yet, but listen, we living good though. We still living good. We still got the we still good though. Don't worry about it. We ain't poor over here. But with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. Until next time,